that crypto, Joey Shaw!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. NBIS Nebius stock. Let's talk about this one. People have been mentioning this one to me for a while now, but it's not until now that I decided, okay, let's look into it. What is this about? What is the stock doing? What are the revenues looking like? So on and so forth. We will touch on the revenues, then go into the technicals, and let's see how it lines up. So I'm going to pull up the revenues, or in this case, I'm going to pull it down. There we go. So when we look at the quarterly time frame, the revenues have exploded from last year. You can let's go to the yearly time frame. So in 2019, they had 2.71 billion in revenue. NBIS then got an 11.33% increase to 3.02 billion, then 4.83 billion in 2021, and then those revenues, I don't know what happened, but it went up to 7.46 billion from 4.83 billion, but then in 2023, the revenues dropped to 20.90. What? It dropped to 20.9 million? That's what happened there? What happened there? Let me check. I'm gonna have to check right now, because I am curious what happened there. Why did that's the big question, right? Why was there such a drop in revenues from 7.46 billion in 2022 to 20.90 million? It jumped down to the millions. So what the hell is that? Well, yeah. Let me Google that real quick. What happened to NBIS stock in 2023 that their annual revenues tanked to 20.90 million? Yeah, because that's something I gotta look into. The company underwent a massive corporate restructuring. The company was forced to divest its Russian assets. The big split. Okay. So it wasn't a bad year in terms of sales. It just got removed from the Russian side of things. Is that what I'm taking from here? Okay, good to know. Alright, so yeah, the drop in revenues isn't anything concerning. I was concerned for a second. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Why did your revenues just tank like that? So it was a fresh starting point. So from 20.90 million in revenue in 2023, it jumped up in 2024 to 117.50 million, then 529.80 million in 2025. So the revenues have been skyrocketing. Also on the quarterly time frame, the revenues have been climbing as well. So revenues are going up, which is a good sign. I don't care if it's profitable or not. There are companies that are not profitable and they still do well anyways. So when you look at the bottom line, NBIS looks fantastic. I see nothing wrong with the company. We already did our research there on what the hell was up with that huge drop in revenues. Okay, so in terms of the charts here, oh boy, I'm looking at the weekly time frame right now. Had a huge drop, then the big pump here. This is the weekly time frame. Right now it has a lot of support at around 80 to 83 here on the weekly time frame. It is stuck in a box, as you can see here. Stuck in a box. So 80 to 83 would be the buy zone. You'd probably want to have a stop loss at... Well, we have to go to the daily time frame to get a bigger picture look. But before we do, let's look at the monthly. Ooh, I don't know about that monthly. The monthly has been sideways as expected. Quarterly time frame, yearly time frame. On the daily, yeah, on the daily time frame, man, this thing is volatile. And Nebius receives approval to build a 1.2 gigawatt AI factory in Missouri. Oh yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what NBIS does. What does NBIS do? What does NBIS do? Because I know APOD is, AI infrastructure, data center, whatever you want to call it. What is this? Technology company builds smart products and services powered by proprietary machine learning and other technologies. Okay, I don't really... let me see. Let's look at the news. I guess this came out today. Approval to build 1.2, I assume gigawatt AI. Whoa, what? I'm not going to create an account. Get out of here. Everything I use is free. In Missouri, largest artificial intelligence data center to date. Okay, this is our first project of this scale, but not the last. So they plan on doing more of these. Good to know. Good to know. They're also building one in, I assume that's Vineland, New Jersey, or Vendeland, New Jersey. I just butchered it. And it has additional plans for additional sites in Minnesota, Oklahoma, and Alabama. Its goal is to have 16 global data center sites by the end of 2026. And we're in a bear market right now, and the price is just going sideways. So that's not a bad sign. It's pretty much doing what APLD is doing. Let me take a look at the price ratings. Wow, a price target of 232? That is insane. 150? Wow, a lot of these price targets are ridiculous. 150, 130, 160, 211. A lot of these price targets are just outrageous. Wow. Okay. So according to analysts, this is way undervalued. Interesting. So I guess if you're a long-term investor and you believe in this, dollar cost average, don't even think about it. Buy one share a day and just accumulate that way. Don't try to time anything. That way you don't have to think about it. If you're a long-term investor. And your sell target would be about, these price targets are ridiculous. They believe it's worth 150 to 200. So there's potential here for a 2x according to them. Huh. Let me zoom out on the chart here and let me just look at the white line. Where's my white line? Why is my white line? Oops, okay, why does it always disappear? Alright, there it is. Yeah, the white line is the 200 moving average. You can see buyers. Yeah, so this is going to come down to the 200 moving average, which is going to come down. So we're going to have horizontal support and the white line, the 200 moving average, acting as support coming up. So this is going to be the buy zone. If you're looking to trade it, it's just a classic buy low, sell high within the box. It's stuck in this range between 80s and 110. So again, classic buy low, sell high. Yeah, if you're not an investor though, definitely just set a stop. Set a stop at the low tomorrow. Because if this is going to bottom out like it did the other few times, as you can see here, it comes down here and bottoms out. If it's going to do that again, I would definitely set a stop at the low of the day. Because if it's not the bottom, then it's going to take you out. If it is the bottom and it's going to continue to bounce around like a ball inside this range, inside this box that it's in, let me draw it again, then, there's money to be made from 80 to 110. Or if you just scale out on the way up, either way. So, very interesting play here. I like it. I have it on my watch list already. I just needed to do some due diligence and figure out, okay, what the hell is going on with this? What is this talk about? Why is everyone telling me about this? I think someone's dad bought it at the top at 140s, and I laughed at them because I'm like, why would you buy the top, sir? That's not how we trade. That's not what we do on this channel. We like to buy when it's at the purple line. Sometimes the white line, because at least when you buy at those lines, you're not buying the top. Hard to buy the top when you're buying at those lines. Think about that for a second. But yeah, so shout out to that guy's dad. That guy's dad is absolutely gonna have to hope that it comes back up for him, and it might. I mean, reminds me of APOD. This one, it's just way more expensive in terms of share price. Like, whew. I'm gonna have to look at the options chains and see how the bid and ask looks on the options. Yeah, for options, for calls, leaps, etc. I'll have to look into that at another time. But for the time being, I think this is good enough for due diligence. I like the stock. Looks good. It's going to be a play tomorrow, so keep an eye on it. I don't think I have anything else to add. Yeah, I think that's... Let me... Oh, no. I forgot to check the... I knew I forgot something. I was like, well, I feel like I'm missing... No. The MACD and the RSI is what I forgot to check here. And let me check the Golden Cross. When did that happen? That happened all the way back then. So yeah, let's hope that we don't get a death cross. But yeah, the 200 ammo is acting as support. Yeah, it is. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's remove the purple line. Yeah, the 200 ammo has been acting as support as well. So again, keep an eye on this one for a bounce. Let me check the RSI real quick. No, the RSI is not doing anything. It's just doing what... It's just going sideways along with the price. I'm just checking to see if there's any divergence here on the MACD. I hope that's not a... I was about to say, I hope that's not a triple top. But I don't really see any bearish patterns. Let me check the 4-hour. I rarely check the 4-hour. Let me look at the weekly one more time. Unless this is just a really big bear flag, I guess. Let me check the... Where's the 4-hour? Where's the 4-hour? Right here. Yeah, on the 4-hour, it does look like a bear flag. Actually, this might tank. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, that looks like a bear flag to me, unless I'm crazy. This is... That's a bear flag if I've ever seen one. If anything, that's a descending triangle. So if it drops, I mean, it'll go down to 80s. 78 to 80, maybe even as low as 78. I mean, it came down... I mean, 68. It came down to 68, then immediately bounced off to back to 80s. Isn't that funny? So yeah, look for a dip buying opportunity if you're looking to trade this one. I'll see if I get in it tomorrow. Depends on what happens. It's been a volatile, crazy market, right? One day we're up big, and then the next day we tank, and then buyers show up, and so we just been sideways. Anyway, yeah, isn't that... It's kind of funny. NBIS is sideways, and Bitcoin is also sideways, so that's something to take note of. So if Bitcoin rips, maybe we'll get a rip across the markets as a whole. That's something to keep an eye on as well. Because every time Bitcoin tanks, everything comes down. So keep an eye on Bitcoin over the overnight, and let's see how we look in the morning. And I'll leave it at that. All right, some due diligence here. I like the stock. I've added to my favorites along with many others here from Ondas, Nebius, and Riot, Soundhound. I got APLD in there as well. So lots of plays, lots of opportunities when everything tanks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed this due diligence video.